Kate and this is my booktube. Welcome to my video where I will be talking about the sixth book from the Mortal Instruments, City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare, and I'm so happy to have finished this book. Oh my gosh. So, Emma Carstairs. She is an amazing little girl. She is, let me see, what did I write? I said she's strong, independent. She is a little quick on her instincts and does what she thinks is right, even if everybody else is freaking out that she's doing it. And she is so awesome, and I can't wait to have that new series with her, because she seems like a great protagonist. So, a big thing about this book is Heavenly Fire. It comes into a lot of ways in this book, you know, like it stops Clace from having big Clace moments, which was terrible because I love Clace moments, they're so cute. And that was sad. It was really interesting how they wanted to try to figure out to make it into a weapon, and I thought it was so cool when Clary did make it into a weapon using that rune, and she didn't tell anybody. That was amazing. It was so cool. I loved it. Okay, then the awesomest thing was that thinking about how Sebastian's one real... It's interesting how Sebastian's one real weakness was Heavenly Fire. Because he's so demon that if he gets stabbed with Heavenly Fire, it will kill everything that's bad about him and leave him with nothing. And that was interesting. That was really interesting. There's so many pieces of this book that I absolutely loved. Yeah. Did you notice how at the beginning of the book, everyone seemed to be freaking out? They were all just freaking out about Sebastian and things that are happening, and they're all worried, and they're scared, and they're sad about things that already happened, and nobody was really sane at the beginning of this book. Especially not Sebastian, because Sebastian is Sebastian. The one big reason that I had to read this book as soon as humanly possible. Alec! Everyone knows they're my favorite couple, and since they broke up in the last book, I was really excited for this one. Because there was no way that they could leave them broken up. No. So, it was really interesting realizing that Magnus actually forgave Alec already, but he just thought that he couldn't have a relationship with Alec because it wouldn't work out well. He didn't want his heart to be broken so hard, and I thought that was sad too. I wanted them to be together so badly, but I understood where Magnus was going. Not that he was going in the right direction, because has he learned anything from Tessa? Anything? Sissy. I really want to talk about Sissy. Oh my gosh. So I'm waiting for them to get back to be together. That whole thing where they're like role-playing was hilarious, and then Alec keeps walking in on their makeout sessions, and I'm like... It was amazing. And then they finally DTR'd, and it's happy, and it's great, and then Simon doesn't want Alec to lose Magnus, so he's like, you can take my immortality, even though he would be a corpse, and Dave was like, oh, I can make you mortal again, but I want your memories too. I was crying for 3 hours straight because of that. I didn't read the epilogue last night. I read that later today, but I got before the epilogue, and the whole time I'm just crying. I'm like, no, you can't do that to us. I love Simon and Izzy, and I love Simon and Clary's friendship, how they've been friends since kindergarten, and you can't just steal that away from somebody. It made him nothing. He was just some kid who didn't care after that, and I couldn't take it. I was not okay at all. Can't do that to us, Cassandra Clare. Can't do that to us. Give us the one couple we all love and try to take another couple from us? bad enough that she already ruined Jaya. I know, I'm one of the only people that actually care, but I'm sorry. I love them, and you ruined it. I am truly not sure how I feel about Maya anymore. I loved her. I loved her in the last book. But now I kind of hate her. Jordan did everything he could for her. He put everything into his loving her, and he tried his hardest. And she was gonna break up with him? And then after he dies, she is thinking, oh, why didn't I break up with him? Now our whole life has been a lie. And I'm like, he was happy when he died. He thought that she loved him. That's a good thing. No matter how much you wanted to break up with him, he was happy when he died. And you were thinking, oh, too bad I didn't steal that away from him. What is wrong with that? Oh, everything. Everything's wrong with that. I couldn't take it. On the bright side, I love her as the pack leader. The new pack leader, I was like, oh my gosh. Her fight scene with, what's his name, Rufus? It was so cool. The dirt, foot, eyes, gun. 3 things. 3 steps at it. Kill Rufus. Really started to hate Sebastian, like, as soon as the book began. I mean, I always hate him, but what he did to the institutes? Oh my, no, that was terrible. And then I felt so bad for the Blackthorns, and it was so sad. And the one good thing about that was that we got to see that whole London thing, where they couldn't get into the London institutes because of a ghost. And I was like, Jessamine! Woo! Go Jessamine! Go Jessamine! Go Jessamine! Go Jessamine! Oh, yep. I knew that she was there for some good reason. Yay! Okay, so Magnus. He is still my favorite in this book. My absolute favorite. I love Magnus. Oh my gosh, I love Magnus. I love Magnus. He is amazing, and I felt so bad for him when your pal died, and he was like, you saved my life. And he had all this good story. He told the story about how he was there when Repel was torn, and how he tried to save him, and it was sad. And then, his dad comes along, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Magnus's dad? They're like nothing alike. It was quite creepy. And then I really wanted to kill Magnus's dad. Not that I could, but I wanted to so badly. Oh my gosh. Oh look! Second set of notes! I know, I actually have notes this time. So, what happened to Brother Zachariah was really awesome. Go Jace! Go Jace! Go Jace! I'm so proud of Jace. Even though he didn't really do anything but have Heavenly Fire with that. Made Brother Zachariah human again, which was amazing. But I still was happy. I mean, I was like, I was so happy. I didn't think it was going to happen that early in the book, though. Surprised me how old he was. Really did. Yeah. But it was so cool. Oh my gosh. And then Tessa Gray. I knew she was in this book, and all I could think was, I don't care if it isn't your series. You are one of my favorite protagonists in that book. She's awesome. I love Tessa Gray. Even if they didn't actually, she didn't tell much, which I wanted to hear more. I wanted to them explain more. I wanted to hear what she thought, what Jace thought when he found out that she is basically in his bloodline. Which is so cool, because just think about that. What kind of special things did the Herondales get after they had a changeling warlock in their blood? Because that's absolutely amazing. That's awesome. That's so cool. I really wanted to know what kinds of things that did to the Herondale line. I think it's so absolutely great. Yeah, it was awesome. I was really wondering about throughout this book the Isabel theory. They started hinting on it, that it might actually be true, but then they never talked really about it. They like kept hinting that, yeah, he has blue eyes. And so does his wife, and she has brown eyes. They hinted a lot. But it didn't come up to anything, so I'm thinking, does Isabel have some part in the next series? That would be cool. That would be awesome. I'd be excited. I forgot to dress up. I was gonna dress up all like Isabel. Sorry, I forgot. But, I was really hoping that we'd find out more about that. And we didn't. And that's making me wonder if it comes on later. And maybe Simon and ascend. That is gonna mean that Isabel and Simon are not gonna be a shadow hunter couple. Oh my gosh. I was so happy when I heard about that, and I really can't wait when Simon finally gets more of his memories back. That better happen. He cannot be walking around like some person he's not because of what Magnus's dad did to him. That was terrible. I couldn't believe it. I have so many things that I have to say about that. I was literally crying for 3 hours over that. And I don't cry over books. Okay, I cried over Allegiant, but that's Allegiant. That's what's actually started my crying. I can't take it. I do not like that. And I'm happy that he's not a vampire anymore, but I am scared. I really don't. I really want him to get all his memory back and him to have his relationship with Isabel again, because they're just really getting good. Really ruined me from this book, besides the whole Simon thing, was Jonathan. I mean, it was bad enough that we had to kill Sebastian. I mean, I wanted Sebastian to die, but still, it's just the killing him still makes me sad, because it's not his fault that he was born that way. But then, after she puts the knife in him, he becomes the actual Jonathan that we would have loved to have met and grow up with, and sure, that wouldn't have made a good book, but it would have been so cool if that was who Sebastian was. If he was really her brother and not some crazed lunatic that has demon blood in him. And I was so crying over that because it was not fair. Jonathan seemed like a great person. Where Sebastian is a devil, Jonathan seemed great, and it was terrible that while killing Sebastian, she was also killing Jonathan, and they never really got to meet. She never really got to meet the good person, and I just couldn't take it. It was sad. It was so sad. Okay, so here's a few things that I got a little confused with that from the things she told on the internet. So apparently, there was supposed to be 2 weddings. There was only one. There was only Luke and Jocelyn's wedding. There was no other wedding. I thought there was supposed to be 2. Maybe I went insane and just pictured heard 2. But I thought that it was supposed to be 2. Did any of you notice that she told everyone that there was going to be a chapter called Simon's Sacrifice? And it was actually called Judas' Kiss? There was no Simon's Sacrifice chapter. It was like, why wasn't there? He sacrifices himself. It was right there. There should have been a chapter, but there wasn't. So she lied to us and told everyone there's going to be a chapter called Simon's Sacrifice. And there wasn't. Now just tell me what your favorite parts were. I really like the part where Magnus does the opposite of the Lord's Prayer, and he's like, "My Father, thou art in hell." I was laughing really hard at that. I thought it was great. So tell me what your favorite parts are. We can talk down below about what you think, and I'll tell you what I think. So comment, like, dislike. As long as you watch this video, I'm fine. I know Judy's gonna dislike. So I'll see you later.